What's up, Team Buckhouse? Johnathan Buckhouse here, and it's time for another resort review. And dude, we're doing a big one. Killington Ski Resort. I'm super excited to do this review, but before we jump into that, I'm gonna tell you about the review. So the way we do resort reviews is we give a resort a score from 0 to 100. We do that by going through 10 categories, each category getting a rank from 0 to 10. 0 is not applicable, meaning they don't have it at all. 1 is terrible, 5 is average, and 10 is best in the world. So we'll take all those scores, put them together, get the score from 0 to 100, but we also are gonna tell you who is this resort for, because that also matters too. You know, you could get like a 70, but 70 for who, you know? So we're gonna jump into that. Now, before we jump into the review, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button to join the strongest ski and snowboard community in the world and on the internet. And enough talking, let's jump into this review. So Killington in Vermont, this is on the Icon Pass. It was established in 1958 and has a vertical of 3,050 feet, which is pretty crazy for an East Coast resort. It also has 1,509 skiable acres, which is a ton of acres to ride. I don't know if you ever went and rode a bunch of acres, but it's a bunch. So how much is it gonna cost us to go ride this huge ski resort? So what is the lift prices? And Killington comes in on a weekend during the season at $169 for the day. It's pretty pricey. And for the weekday, I think it's $149, but it is on the Icon Pass. So if you buy the Icon Season Pass, yeah, you're gonna be good to go rip there and everything. But that is a little on the high scale, but not too much on the high scale. There's definitely resorts that are more expensive than $169 for the day. So I gave Killington a 4 when it comes to lift prices. Definitely one of the more expensive resorts that you're gonna be going to. Now, ease of access, how easy is it to get to Killington? And it's not that easy. It is located off of Highway 91, like a little bit off of it. But the hardest thing about it is there's no big airports near Killington. If you got the money, you can fly into smaller airports nearby, but your biggest one that's closest is gonna be Albany, which is 2 hours and 11 minutes away. So if you're gonna fly to Killington for a trip or whatever, you're probably gonna fly into Albany, New York, and then you're gonna jump on the highway 2 hours to get there. Or if you have the ability, you can fly closer to the ski resort. So when it comes to ease of access, I gave it also a 4. It's a little difficult to get there. It's a little below average to get to the ski resort. Now, lodging. We got to stay somewhere when we go to the ski resort. And lodging was the one thing I had a hard time getting. When we showed up, we couldn't get lodging anywhere. There was one room available and it cost so much to get it, but thankfully we did get a room. We were able to stay near the resort, but they only have one ski in, ski out type resort, and then they have a whole list of all the lodges nearby, which is nice of them. But for how big of a ski resort it is, there's not a ton of mega hotels and resorts and stuff next to the resort, if that makes sense. Like, there are nice places around it, but like on the resort, there's not many. So when it came to lodging, I gave them a 5 for lodging. Now, before I continue, we have a goal on this channel to ride every resort in the United States, and we're tracking that through our resort map. So if you haven't checked out the resort map yet, do so. It's a map of all the ski resorts in the United States. All the green ones are the ones that we've been to. You can click on them and watch the videos from there. So it means all the red ones, we're gonna go there. And you can also check out all the resort review scores on the map. But the other thing that's cool is you can now adjust it from Epic to Icon resorts. So if you have an Epic Pass, you can see all of just the Epic resorts. Or if you have the Icon Pass, you can see all of just the Icon resorts. But overall, you can use this as a tool to plan your vacations. I highly recommend checking out the resort map. It's a great way to waste a whole hour. It's incredible, and there is an option to see every resort in the world. So that's pretty cool too. Now, chairlifts. We got to get up the mountain at Killington, and dude, they have tons of chairlifts, 21 chairlifts to be exact, and they have 3 gondolas. That's crazy. So from 4-packs to 6-packs, literally like high speeds and every chairlift you could imagine, they have them. So I gave them an 8 when it comes to chairlifts. Why do the lifts matter if the runs aren't sick? So how did they do on runs? And you're gonna find a lot of groomed terrain there. There isn't any bowls. There's not like gnarly big mountain riding. You might be able to dip into the trees a little bit, but it's the East Coast, you know, it's kind of hit or miss with the tree riding. So mainly you're gonna be riding like steep moguls, steep runs, steep groomers. So I gave them a 6 when it comes to runs. There's 155 runs, but they're all kind of that like just groomed terrain. Now, terrain park, and this is what blew my mind at Killington. You know, you come in with like like an expectation and then it gets absolutely blown out of the water. Well, that's what Killington did with their parks. Not only do they have 11 terrain parks, they have a Woodward park. That means they got a Red's Backyard Park. It means they got a Peace Park. And the Peace Park, not only was it the best Peace Park that I've ridden around all the Woodward's terrain parks, it was literally the best park I've ever ridden in my entire life. The flow of it, the features, the jumps, everything that went down in just the Peace Park. We rode that all day. And then we wandered over to their main park and got the crap scare out of us because I didn't know they even built jumps that big on the East Coast. I was blown away. Killington's park, they got like the natural parks, they got the little parks, they got any type of park. There's 11 of them, 11 parks. I thought Woodward or Copper was killing it. No, Woodward Killington is killing the game. So when it came to train parks, because they even have a half pipe, Killington got a 10.
Yay!
Is this the first 10 train park we ever had? Maybe not. Anyways, a 10 for parks. Killington, best park I've ever ridden in my entire life. Hands down. Woodward, Peace Park, Killington. And once again, before we continue, it's expensive to travel to all these ski resorts. Once again, we're not at every resort in the US. So if you want to support this stream, please consider snagging an Evolution sticker. And if you're a skier out there, we do have a ski version of the Evolution for you guys. Snag an Evolution sticker, throw it on the side of your head, let everyone know you're a part of Team Buckhouse, as well as you have all the hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeves. And we just came out with new Evolution windbreakers. Definitely check them out, especially if you're on the East Coast, because it doesn't get crazy cold there, or there's like warmer times that you're snowboarding. East Coast, Midwest, anyone that's riding a tow rope, check out the windbreakers, or like once again, Colorado, just late season, early season. We've been rocking windbreakers like crazy. The windbreakers are now available. We have a blue with gold with a collar, and then a black with white with a hood. So definitely check out the windbreakers. Now food, we're gonna get hungry on the mountain. We're gonna need some food, and Killington has 14 options for you to eat. And when I was on their website, literally the first video I clicked that talked about their food, we did eat there. I don't even know if I recorded anything, but we ate there. It was good food, but I clicked on the video and they're like, our goal is to have the best food out of any ski resort. And they really do have incredible options for food. So when it came to food, I gave them a 10 on the food because we had the waffle cabin, which was delicious. And we also got a breakfast burrito there. That was pretty fire too. So yeah, Killington crushed the food. Now employees, a lot of people say we should cover snow conditions, but that's super hard because that's hit or miss. We had powder the entire time out there on the East Coast. And the best part is the one day we wanted to ride park, the clouds parted, we had fresh, super soft snow to rip Killington's park, which was also really awesome. It wasn't an ice park, it was a nice soft park. But that's why we don't cover snow conditions, because it's hit or miss. You know, you never know if you're gonna have a snowstorm or it's been a drought. Like right now in Colorado, we haven't gotten snow in forever. So it's not the best conditions. But employees, they can make or break your day. I literally had a Keystone employee destroy my day on the mountain. You can check that video out right there. So that's why we cover employees, because once again, if someone can like help you do your room and go above and beyond, maybe you lost something, they went extra hard to find your phone on the mountain or your wallet, you know what I'm saying? So employees, with that being said, none of the employees went above and beyond. None of the employees ruined our day. It was literally an average day. So employees got a 5. I'm sure there's awesome people there, but yeah, got a 5. Now views and scenery, despite Killington being massive and awesome and crazy, there's not much around it. It's kind of like the biggest thing around and everything else kind of trickles down. It's just a kind of a field of lower, tinier hills and stuff. So when it came to views and scenery, got a 4. It's just, it's good, it's thick, but it's eh. And the last category, the would I go back? Because if I'm not willing to go back, why would I recommend it to you guys? And once again, I had expectations that got blown out of the water. So when it comes to Killington, I gave them a 10 on the would I go back, because I absolutely want to go back. I definitely want to ride their Peace Park again, but I also want to explore the mountain a little bit more. We did really get sucked into the park because it was so good, but we did ride around the mountain. We did check out everything that they did have to offer, but man, I gotta go back to Killington. It's like in my top 5 ski resorts of all time. That place was incredible. The vibe was insane. Definitely would go back to Killington. Now, before I tell you who this ski resort is for, if you guys ski or snowboard, you're gonna need to wax your skis or your snowboards. You're gonna need to tune them up. And I highly recommend Pearl Wax is my wax sponsor. It's who I use on every single one of my snowboards to be the fastest dude on the mountain. The cool thing about Pearl Wax, you can go pearlwax.com, use code BUCK20 and save yourself 20% off your wax. They literally have a whole wax starter kit too. So if you want to start waxing and skiing, doing your own stuff, everything like that, you can check the video on how to do it and then use Pearl Wax for 20% off that whole order. So yeah, link in the description. Now Killington is for families, a big awesome family. You know what I'm saying? You got 6 people in your group, whatever, you want to go on a family trip, whatever, go to Killington. There's tons to do around it. You're gonna have a good time. A lot of terrain available for beginners, intermediate, and expert riders, but also it's for the park rider. You know, I'm a park rider. I had an incredible time there. If you want to ride, once again, the best park that I ever ridden in my life, Woodward, I hope next year they do it just as good, but that park was amazing. Now I know you're wondering what was the score out of 100, and I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, consider checking out other resort reviews, especially if you're trying to find out where you want to go on a trip. You can check out the resort review playlist right here. We have over 30 resorts that we reviewed, which is incredible. So check out the resort review playlist, and out of 100, Killington got a smash like 66. It's actually a lot lower of a score than I thought I was gonna get because it's an incredible mountain, but 66 is still far above average. This resort is incredible and it's on the East Coast, guys. Let's be real. You know, those 70, 80s. Are we ever gonna get a 90 ski resort? You know, they're harder to get. Now, this whole review was based off of one day at Killington. So if you're a local, please comment down below. What's the best place to eat? Where do you stay when you ride Killington? I need all the local information because once again, this video is designed to help people come to Killington and have a good time. Make sure they pick the right resort for them and their family. So locals, help us out down below. And with that, Team Buckhouse, thank you so much for reviewing a resort with me today. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep evolving. We'll see you guys tomorrow with another video.